If I live out here in the future snowy mountains, I may need a truck eventually. So, if you want to help me have the same truck as you, Scotty, that would be wonderful. A little charity for a guy trying to get into more country music. Welcome back to Y.E.S, everyone. Today we are talking about Same Truck, the fourth studio album released by Scotty McCreery, or the fifth technically if you include the Christmas album. I always separate them. Holiday albums are special occasions to me, so you get the point, I hope. Transition back. Actually, I do have another little tangent I want to go on real quick. Scotty McCreery actually is, if I'm recalling correctly, the first country artist I ever saw in live concert. It was while I was in college. It was really fun. I loved hearing his voice, both singing and talking. He made a lot of people happy that day. He's an easily likable guy. He actually won American Idol while I was on my mission, so I did not get to see the glory of how that all went down, but I hope to be able to watch those episodes someday very soon. Okay, now really getting back to the point. So this is a country album. Yeah. Is that a surprise to anyone? No. Is it a surprise to me of my reaction to it? I guess not. I guess what I'm trying to get at is Scotty McCreery sounds really good vocally. Everything else in here I think is pretty middle of the road, and I mean that in a mostly positive way. But I would say that there isn't really a whole lot in here where I would say Scotty does a lot necessarily wrong. There's only really one song in here where I know I'm going to be in the minority and saying that I don't like it. I'm sure there's a lot of other people who are either going to like it or they're going to be like, okay, that was a country song. But for me, it's just like, well, it had moments, but there's so much of it that I don't like. But again, that's just one song. The rest of the album, I feel like there's just so much that I'm just not getting gripped into. Whether it's small little elements of a song that just didn't add the cherry on top at the end, or maybe there is something where I'm just waiting for it to get to a higher note or to aspire for that moment that I can envision, and it never really gets there. Again, I'm not saying that I dislike this album. Even the songs where I feel like their full potential wasn't matched, I could still see myself re-listening to them and putting them in a playlist where they can exist, and I can remind myself, yeah, I listen to Scotty McCreery because I like that guy. He's a cool dude. Now, given probably for a lot of the country stuff that I've given a chance to listen to this year, this is definitely more in the modern traditionalist style of country. So I can see a lot of people maybe having a softer spot for liking this album more than I do, just because of that fact. And I really am trying to say that there is positives about this. I just don't have a lot of moments where I can actually highlight something that really was especially interesting to highlight in a review right here. So what I'm going to do, I guess, is highlight 3 songs that I thought were, in my opinion, my personal favorites that just stood out. First one I want to highlight is Why You Gotta Be Like That. Second song to highlight is Carolina to Me. You could replace the word Carolina with whatever your particular maybe countryside favorite thing, ism, niche thing, who knows? And you would understand that there's something to be had with what Scotty's trying to say here. And the third highlight, Small Town Girl. I wouldn't necessarily call that an original title, but at least he has his own way to make it special. And the fact that he's the one singing it, yeah. You get the point. I wouldn't say this is necessarily straightforward. I've just really feel like it's really simplified, and that I think some people are really gonna just like it or not like it. And just for the sake of wanting to review the album, I gave my highlights, and I guess I would like to know what your favorite tracks are in this album. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'd love to engage with that. But if I am being honest, I just don't have a whole lot of probably original takes in this album to cover. I just really like the fact that Scotty made music and that I get to listen to him more. And he did work sufficient enough for me to want to listen to it, want to review it, and to be able to add enough tracks in this album to a playlist of mine. And I'm happy about that. But I don't really have a whole lot of nitpicks that I think are that needed to go into serious negative depth. Just maybe the fourth track. That's the one that I didn't really care for. I'm sure other people just are going to disagree with me on that one. If you want to listen to it, okay. I again, don't, because I don't care for it, I don't necessarily encourage it, but, you know, your own experience. So, after having listened and reviewed this album with the following grades in the following categories here, how would I recommend this album? I am going to give it a good. Yeah, perfectly in the middle. It's definitely more positive, but my enthusiasm is pretty dead center right here. But I guess that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow me in my social media links down in the description below, and insert cool call to action graphics right here. Be sure to follow these where you can come back here so you can discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, culture, lifestyle, while not forgetting quality, values, and fun. And above all, get that yes in your life. See you next time.